blasting into outer space, the planet of the apes. Evolution's one hero. Hi, how's it going? I'm your host, Adrian Lozano, and I want to tell you that things are pretty goddamn good for me right now. I hope things are pretty goddamn good for you right now. And if they're not, hopefully they get better. I sincerely hope you get better, or things around you get better. You know, I don't wish you any ill will, but I'm sure you don't give a fuck about my wishes. So, let's move on. Today's topic, Nazi movies. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I love a good Nazi movie. If you want to see two good Nazi movies, you've tuned into the wrong podcast. Because I've only got one good one for you. And it's Sisu. Sisu, 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 Sisu. So I saw two Nazi movies. I saw The League of Extraordinary Warfare. No, that's not right. That's not right. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. That's what I saw with Superman, Henry Cavill, and we had Jack Reacher. What's his real name? I don't know. Big dude. Big, McLarge, huge. Oh, fuck. Goddamn. Beef rip steak or whatever. You know, like the names. Come on. Big, McLarge, huge is probably one of the best. It's from Mystery Science Theater 3000. MST3K. If you don't know what MST3K is, we can't be friends, man. I mean, if you're into learning about new stuff, if you know about riff tracks, then I can guarantee you that you have issues. But the important thing is, riff tracks is pretty good, but it'll never, ever be Mystery Science Theater 3000. In fact, right now, I am making the declaration that at some point, Adrian Lozano, the host of the Adrian Lozano Show, will, in fact, sing all the different versions. That's right, SING. I will sign all the different versions of the theme song for Mystery Science Theater 3000. For fuck's sake, that's a lot to say. Hot patooey. Anyway, so back to what I was saying, the Forbidden Zone. So, if you're like me and you love the Misfits, you don't listen to them all the time. You space it out, and you go a few years without, playing nothing but the Misfits. Also, too, I'm a big fan of punk rock music, and I listen to punk rock music anytime I'm driving out of the city, which has been more frequently over the past few years. I'm listening to the entire discography of, The Offspring. Fucking love The Offspring. And the Misfits. Fucking love the Misfits. Now, that being said, the Forbidden Zone, anything off Famous Monsters right now is my jam. I am fucking all about it. When was the last time I listened to it? I don't know, 2010, you know? Don't get me wrong. I love me some Danzig. Love the Misfits and Danzig. But Famous Monsters is a great fucking album. You've got songs like Helena. You've got songs like The Forbidden Zone. You've got songs like Saturday Night. These are fucking staples of the genre. So, all you horror punks out there, represent. Okay, anyway, moving on. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, even though it's a Guy Ritchie film, it really drags at some points. So you can't... Okay, so not every Nazi movie can be Inglourious Bastards. You know what I'm saying? It can't... They all can't be that, you know? Three glasses. The Royal Three with, the thumb. Anyway, it's important that you know that out of the two movies I saw, if you're a big Guy Ritchie fan, and I'm talking, if you like Guy Ritchie, I love Snatch. I love me some Snatch. I love getting Snatch. I love eating Snatch. I love watching Snatch. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Same thing. Love it, eat it, rub it, tug it. You know what I'm saying? It's great. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare has elements of Guy Ritchie in it, but it's overall not the best Guy Ritchie film in any fucking way. Um, yeah, you want a good Guy Ritchie film? Lock, Stock, Snatch. I can name more, but not right now. Those are the only two that come to mind. Um, yeah, this one, it's got cool moments in it. There's a lot of fucking killing in it, so, but it's more of, it's a real white guy kind of movie because it drags at points. However, Sisu, I don't give a fuck what color you are, watch Sisu. Remember, there is a moment where an animal does get exploded. Spoilers. But it's also a fucking movie. They didn't blow up a horse for real, so just get over yourself. It's a movie. Didn't really happen. Not based off a true story. But boy, if it was. At the current time, it is 5:27. At the current time, the weather is 76 degrees. No, it's not. It's hot as fuck. Anyway, that being said, the important thing to do is to watch Sisu. Ministry, if you're a big Henry Cavill fan, if you're a big Jack Reacher fan, you know, the guy from Amazon, not the other Jack Reachers, you know, Jack Ryan. No, I'm sorry, Jack Ryan's something else. Jack Reacher. Not, we're not talking about Tom Cruise. We're not. We could. Big Tom Cruise fan over here. But we're not talking about Tom Cruise. What we're talking about here is the Reacher from the Amazon show. And it's pretty good. You know, that's also real talky, real white man heavy. White men love their talk, don't they? Sick fucks. Anyway, if you're white and you're listening to this, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, moving on. So this week's recommendation is Sisu. This week's runner-up is the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. It's good, man, but it's not good enough. It's not as good as Sisu. Sisu fucking rocks. If you want a story about a gold miner prospector that's fighting Nazis legit against the odds, man, this guy, they fucking leave him for dead multiple times, and this guy fucking pulls through. Like, it's a great fucking movie. I have to recommend. I can't recommend it enough. Sisu. Remember, it's just a movie, but god damn is it good. All right. I think that's going to go ahead and wrap up this section of the show. As always, I want to tell you that my opinions only matter to who they matter to. And if you, I don't know, are a, let's say you're a Guy Ritchie completionist, then watch it, man. But out of the two movies I saw, the one I would recommend is Sisu. 100%. All right, thank you so much. And on to the next section of the show. Oh, yeah. All righty. It says it's recording right now, so we'll see. Let's see here. What was the last thing we watched? Tanette, what was the last thing we watched, like horror-wise, dear? I have to refresh my memory because I've been watching so much kid stuff. She's got nothing.
Holy moly.
Oh my god, yeah, we watched Goosebumps, that new one that came out, and it was garbage, bro.
Which one?
It was a series. Are you not into this video? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this girl on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it was. It had Ross from Friends on there. What's his name? David Schwimmer, and
Okay.
it was an 8-part series. It was garbage. It fell apart real fast. Like it
What was
should.
it called?
Fuck, what was it called? It was
So it was
Goosebumps.
a TV series
It
or a
was a
mini
TV
series?
series. I was trying to think of. I was like, she is not interested in that battle. It was a TV series. Fuck, I cannot remember what the fuck it was called. But I know it had David Schwimmer in it, and then a bunch of like little kids,
Okay.
like young ass kids. That I was.
Okay.
It just wasn't holding my attention. Let's see
Ha-
here. But
Have
anyway,
y'all have y'all seen Nosferatu?
fuck no, dude, not yet, but we want to. We're not going to the movies because of the baby. Like,
Oh, I know.
We're just trying to like chill out at home as far as that's concerned. But I
Sure.
definitely want to check that out. Oh,
I'm curious about The Substance with Demi Moore.
really? That's
Yeah.
that one's not on my radar. I have not checked that one out. But the one that I want to see is the Heretic with Hugh Grant.
Okay.
That's the one that's on my radar. That's the one I really want to see. I think it's already out.
Okay. Okay.
Have you seen that one, or have you seen the preview for that one, or no?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how you are with Hugh Grant, but in particular, this one seems like kind of a little religious based. Like it's got
Okay.
this whole level of these two girls come up to Hugh Grant's door and they're asking him about I think they're Mormons or not Jehovah's
Okay.
Witnesses or whatever they are. They're trying to
Yep.
talk to him about Christ, and he's
Got it.
like, "Funny thing about that, why don't you come inside and I'll talk to you about that?" And then he ends up trapping them in the house, and they basically got to
Interesting.
make their way out of this huge mansion that he's got, and
Okay.
there's a bunch of like
Interesting.
pre-set up traps and shit like that, and they get locked in a part of the house where they can't see him anymore and they can only hear him.
Okay.
It looks good, dude. It looks good. But you were saying substance, the substance?
Yeah. Substance with Demi Moore.
Okay, I have not checked it out.
That I did not know this. That writer director is a female that wrote and direct a revenge movie I told you about called Revenge.
Oh yeah, I
I
do
didn't
remember you
know
telling me about that one.
it's the same writer director, and it's a female, and I had no idea a female made Revenge, which now makes me love Revenge even more, knowing that a fucking female made that movie.
Yeah, it's always something special when you find out that there's a woman behind it. You're like, oh man, that makes it even better. It's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, because Revenge is not a woke movie. It's not that. We talked about it. That's why I love it. It's not like that. And the fact that a female did it, like I'm like, oh
Impressive.
yes, much more. And now she's went on to do, which nobody knows about Revenge, but everybody's talking about Substance. So I'm like, okay. So I didn't know that it was the same director writer, and I didn't know it was a female. And then I found out, I'm like, holy crap, that's cool. So and when I looked her up, she's done another movie, and I need to find that. But anyway, um, I did see, I bought it, Alien Romulus.
Oh my god, I saw that, but I wouldn't. I would say that I chucked it into my sci-fi category. I didn't even think about putting that in the horror category. But what did you think? I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. Please tell me your thoughts. What did you think?
One and done. I gave it away.
No shit, really?
Yeah, because to me there was nothing. Again, I to me the first three are
Hmm.
the template.
Oh
To
yeah,
me, it added nothing to the franchise. It was nothing I haven't seen before, and it wasn't anything that wasn't better in the first three. And that fucking creature guy they did, the fucking 12-foot tall white guy. What the fuck is that? That
that,
looks so stupid. I'm like,
that's all
and I
that
compl-
Prometheus shit from the other movies. Have you seen any of
yes.
those?
I saw Prometheus one and done with that. That's exactly what I thought. But I mean, this thing was even worse looking because I mean, he was 12 foot tall, rail thin, CGI. And I'm like, what? Is this Insidious or is it Alien? And it was too stupid. That creature
That
and I get
specifically.
what you're saying. I get what you're saying about the time with Prometheus, but this was like so stupid looking. I'm like,
I
dude, it
I
reminded me
feel
of Jar Jar Binks. It was just irritating to see it
wow,
on screen.
that's hardcore. I don't know, man. I got to say that for me, it gave me a lot of things that it gave me
Okay,
more of an adventure. I want to say like
okay,
a lot of the first movie's a real slow burn, and it takes a
okay,
while to get there. This one fucking moves, and I feel
okay,
like for me, it got real graphic, and that's what I really like. Like I like it when it cranks it up a notch. The whole idea of these face huggers trying to like face fuck these people like into submission, it just took it to another level where I'm like, that's awesome. You never.
okay,
I enjoyed how graphic it got, but then at the same time, I like. There were little elements sprinkled throughout that I really enjoyed. It was like the sprinkles of the future that I like that X-ray thing for the chest
Yes.
burster. You're halfway into the
Yes.
couch. What are you doing? Hang on a sec. Come here,
Yes.
girl.
I did like that, but
There we go.
the fact of I realized I didn't like any of the characters.
Oh
I
yeah, no, but
hated
then
their
seeing him
accents.
get dispatched was the best part. I'm like, all these people suck. They all deserve to die.
Yes.
So I
But
was
but
cool with that.
but
What did you think about seeing Ash? Did you give a fuck about seeing Ash? I mean, it
that
wasn't
was
it?
cool.
Okay, I was like, it was different because it was like a CG Ash, but I enjoyed it. I
Yes.
thought it was cool. It was a good nod to have him there.
Yeah. I totally. And there was a lot of nods when that one chick is brunette. She's in her underwear. She gets in the spacesuit. I know it's an homage to the first Alien, but again, a lot of people told me that there's a lot of homages in Alien Romulus. After seeing it, I will say this: the homages are the best part. But if the
Yeah,
best part of your movie
it's
is
just the nods to
rehashing
other
somebody
movies.
else's movie,
That's fair. I got you.
that
That's fair.
means that means that you didn't really come up with anything original. And again, halfway through the movie, I'm like, I didn't care about any of the characters, Adrian. I'm like,
How did you
which
feel
then at that,
about the android switch from being when he got an upgrade? Like, how did you feel about his character? Like, he went from being all sheepish and shy to just being like in control and being like menacing. And I thought that was a good shift. I thought the actor did it well. And I saw it coming. Like, I saw it coming from like a mile away, but I was like, ooh, I was like, he's going to turn on him. He's going to turn on him. Something's going to happen. And he's going to turn on him. Because, like, you never trust those artificials, man. They're always dangerous. Like,
well,
something's going to happen.
it, I liked it about as much as I like the Winona Ryder wimpy android in Alien Resurrection. I'm like, no. I
Well,
see what you're saying, and I appreciate the fact
that would have been
when
cool if
he
Winona Ryder
changed.
like took over halfway through. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry, but like that would have been cool if she took over halfway through and was just like taking out motherfuckers left and right. Just like picks up a gun. She's like, "And I'm taking you down. I'm taking you
Yeah,
down."
she was just the wimpiest fucking android. I'm
Yeah,
like,
she was,
what
dude. You're right. That
the
I didn't even think about that. That did give me vibes of her. Fuck, I don't even remember her name, but that yeah, you're right. Yeah, that does take me back to that. I like the character change, but I also liked it.
yes.
I don't know. For me, like it was cool. Like it worked for me.
Okay. Okay.
I saw this guy turning bad, and then he turned bad, and then he.
If you want to see turning bad, Ash was turning bad in the first Alien.
Oh,
That's
dude,
fucking turning bad. This guy
he's like
was
trying to
nothing like that.
shoving that rolled up
Yes,
magazine in her
magazine
face.
down her
Like
thing. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. This guy didn't do anything close to that. So,
Oh yeah. No, but I think having Ash in there was enough. I was like, you don't need to. This guy's presence is enough.
yes.
You don't need to invoke any of the stuff he did. His like his appearance alone. Yeah, man, that's a good one. I didn't think about that one. I really look forward to it, and I enjoyed it. Like I said,
And,
it
and,
was fun.
and
It was fun.
And talking about the droids in it, you're talking about the new one. We'll call him the black guy. Okay.
Yeah, I cannot remember his name, dude.
Okay.
But yeah, he did good. He was a good
Yeah.
actor, and the part
But
itself worked because you could see how people would treat artificials like that. They would be like, "Nah, fuck it, it's not a real human. It doesn't matter." It's like, yeah,
yes.
like that's up for debate, but I agree. Like it's just like moving parts. It doesn't matter. It's like,
But okay, that I see. But the fact that you're talking about when he quote unquote changes or turns in that movie, when Ash sits there and lays down the law,
mm-hmm.
that's hardcore. The black guy didn't go anywhere near that. When
Mm-mm.
Ash, like, I forgot what part in the movie where he laid it, well, you're expendable. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
yes, that's hardcore. The black guy never got near that,
No,
you
you're
know,
right. But that's all the company,
except that,
bro.
yeah, but except that one scene where the girl was on the other thing that I liked is when the girl was on the other side of the door and he saw the alien. They're like, open the door, and he wouldn't. He goes, no, if I
Yeah,
did, we'd all be dead.
yeah, that was pretty
I
cool. That was
I
like,
like that, but that actor did not convey enough coldness. He
okay.
just wasn't ruthless, and his actions were, but his facial expressions and the way he talked wasn't ruthless enough to really get that. His actions were, I get it,
Yeah.
but not the way his facial expressions and the way he talked. It wasn't as ruthless as what he did. Had he been able to match his actions with his demeanor, then you've
Yeah.
got me. That's what Ash did. Once Ash turns,
It was
you see it in his
creepy, bro.
eyes.
Yeah, it
Yes,
was
this
creepy.
guy to me was never creepy.
No,
That's a great point.
he was still friendly, and I think that he was still like approachable.
Yes,
Like I think that was more like it would have been more acceptable had he been like stone cold about it. I'm like, oh no, he's changed. I'm like, I think this dude's not right.
correct.
Like this is
And you just brought up a good point. He was still nice. I'm like, no, no,
yeah.
no, no.
He's like,
Ash
I'm trying to save
wasn't
our lives.
once.
It's like for real. Like I'm trying to do the right
Yeah,
thing here, and it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like that chick's gonna die. It's like, yeah, but it's for the good. Like it's for the benefit. Trust me.
which made sense.
Yeah,
It made sense. But again, what you just said, even after that, he's still approachable. He's still nice.
yeah.
Once Ash turns,
Yeah, there's no
you said
reasoning with
it
that dude.
perfect.
You can't go up to him and be
Yeah,
like, "What are you
because
doing?"
you just
You'd be
said
like, "Stay the
he's
fuck away from
creepy.
that guy."
Yeah, and this black character was never creepy to me. He was never creepy. It was like I could be in a room with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Ash,
Like he's
not so
fuck.
much.
No, I don't want to be in a room. I don't want to be in a room with Ash. I don't even want to be in the
Yeah.
same fucking building, bro.
Yes. And to me, that's the difference is that this was just it didn't do anything for him. He's like, yeah, okay, facehugger, seen it, we've seen it. And that fucking and I get it, the tie-in with the Prometheus, but even the Prometheus guy looked
Those
more
aren't.
human. This guy was fucking
Yeah, I
13
felt like that
feet
was more a
tall,
nod to
rail
that
thin.
guy. I mean, for me, I love alien stuff and I love creature
Yeah,
stuff, like and aliens in general. Like not, I love
yeah.
the franchise, but I like sci-fi. I should say I like sci-fi stuff. So for me,
Well,
it was
that's sci-fi
cool.
horror. So
Sci-fi
yeah.
horror, big time
Hmm.
sci-fi horror. Like that was like I said, it was fun. It was an adventure. It was
Okay.
definitely worth seeing once.
Okay. And I did, and it was one and done. And I'm like, again, the first three are the primo to me.
Hell yeah,
And
they
I
are.
haven't seen the only thing I like about number four is now she's part alien. And that's a cool twist. I hated the Wyona Ryder wimpy droid. I hated the whole Ron Perlman team of gimps and wimps and all that
Yeah,
crap.
that
Hated
could have
all
been any
that.
movie. I feel like they just tacked that on. Like that could have
Yes.
been any fucking movie. It's just they threw
Yes.
aliens with them, and they're like, "We got this
Yes.
Space Marine script." It's like, "We'll throw some aliens in there." It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
nah.
And the fact in that movie we see the amphibious aliens swimming, that's cool.
That's
But it,
terrifying. The idea of them because
yes,
it reminds me of them being
yes,
in space because they can survive in space, where it's like they'll just
yes,
like float until they like thaw out, and it's just oh shit.
correct, correct.
That idea of them just maneuvering through the water like
Yes,
fucking like eels or something. It was crazy, or
yes,
like sharks. Like
yeah,
sharks
and that
go,
was good.
but they're more
It was
slimy like
just
eels. Like I guess if sharks are sharks slimy. I don't know. I don't fish. I don't spend any
well,
time in the water like that, bro. So I don't know. I'm assuming they'd be slimy.
and Ron Perlman and all
Ron
his
Perlman's
team
awesome, but yeah,
and all of
they didn't.
all
It'd be
those
great if
characters
it was.
and Wyona Ryder, I didn't care about any of those characters. None of them.
Yeah, well, I feel like that way about these guys. That's why I was happy to see them go. It's like when you go. I'm
Yeah,
serious. It's like when you go
yeah,
see a horror movie, like you're going to see like Jason or Freddy. You're not rooting for those people that are trying to survive. That's the appeal of the Terrifier movies to so many people. They're there to root for Art the Clown. Like they want to see
yeah.
him succeed, and it's like
Brutalized,
yeah, and like
brutalized.
that's the whole point. But for me,
Yeah,
that's great when it comes to the alien aspect of it. I'm like, cool, new victims for the alien. You know, it's great.
but in Alien Resurrection, just that movie, I get what you're saying, but what Alien Resurrection had that Romulus didn't,
Was a good
they had
director.
Ripley being half alien.
That's
And
true.
that
Yeah,
was cool
with the
because there's a
acid
lot.
blood and the viper pit, and
Yeah, and there's when Ron Perlman or something asks her, what happened to you? And Ripley goes, I died. And
yeah,
then when I think Wyone Ryder or something asked her, you know, what are they going to do to you? And she goes, I'm their mother. I'm like, yes, that's what Romulus didn't have that Resurrection had. They had the cloned
Yeah, but I
Ripley.
feel like it doesn't like it needed it. It didn't need it because it was a side story. Like it takes place, I think, in between like 2 and 3, or in between 1 and 2.
Yes, yes, yes,
It's somewhere in
yes,
between there, which I think is
yes,
cool. Like
yes.
it's cool to have like a little side spin-off story of a bunch of people that just fucked up. It's like they turned into
Yeah, but
a simple
I'll take
plan.
Rogue One over that every day of the
Oh,
week.
that Rogue One's fucking badass, especially that ending scene where Vader
Yes.
lights up the hallway. That
Oh
shit's.
yes.
I
They
came so
gave
hard,
Vader his balls back. Thank you.
right?
That's the Vader we cheer for. Oh
Fuck
yeah.
yeah, dude. Man, well,
Yep.
I'm glad to talk to you, and I'm glad. What do you call it? I'm glad I had actually seen a movie that we could actually discuss. I told you right. I finally got around to seeing Sisu, that
Oh,
German.
you did.
Oh, dude, I fucking loved it. I came hard on that one
Tell me.
too.
I didn't know that.
Oh my god, I loved it so much.
Was
I
it
was
everything I told you it was?
Yeah, and then some, bro. Because like I
Yes.
gave it a chance, and I was like, I watched it with my daughter. My daughter was like checking it out the whole time. I'm like, look, sweetie, they're Nazis, and then he's just laying them to waste, dude. It was sick. I loved it.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
it was
And the
really good.
first,
It held up. My expectations were
yes.
high because you gave it such a good praise,
Yeah.
and
And
it met them. Like I was like, oh shit, oh shit,
yes.
oh
Is that
shit. It
yes? Is
just kept
that not
getting
one of
better
the
and better.
greatest? Yeah. Is that not one of the greatest man movies
Fuck yeah.
ever?
Oh my
Road
god, yeah.
Warrior, Sisu.
Oh yeah, big time.
And the first fucking kill when he takes that dagger and puts it in the skull of the Nazi, you're like, oh shit. And then
Yeah,
it
dude.
just gets better.
It does. It amped up a lot. What do you call it?
Fuck yeah. The
Even when his poor
landmines,
horse, his
the
poor horse exploded, I was like, "Fuck, they're really going all like it's because they pushed him into that minefield,
yes.
and
And the
it
landmines
was
were brilliant, man.
yeah, dude. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
I'm so glad you saw that.
That one's one I wouldn't mind like picking up and checking out the special features on that bitch because
Yes.
I
You
would like
need
to see how
to.
they did it because it's such a simple. I mean, I know how they did it. They went to they found a spot in Finland and just set all this shit
Yes.
up. Like that's how they did it. They did it for real. But
Yeah, and they'll
just
show you. They'll show you in the behind the
oh, dude,
scenes. It's fucking
it
awesome.
looks good. Like that. There's very few that I actually go out and purchase, but that one I was like, yeah, I could see picking that bitch up because it looked like I want to know.
Oh,
Like I
it
want to
is.
know how they
I'm
did that shit.
so glad
And
you finally got to see it.
it was worth it, dude. It really was.
Yes.
Um,
That's a fucking badass movie, man.
yes, sir. Yeah,
And
dude.
I like the fact that they had a few female characters, but they didn't turn it into a fucking love story, chick flick,
No, yeah,
bullshit,
that would have been some
TNA thing.
bullshit if I wouldn't have believed
Yes,
it if you're telling me that this guy digging for gold fell in love with one of those like German girls.
yes,
Nah, dude, I wouldn't
yes,
believe that shit for like it'd have been a sleeper part of the movie. But the fact that
yes,
these chicks that had been already like raped were given guns and
yes, yes.
then a
Now,
tank.
now, now, the interesting thing about the Nazi, if you remember, if you go back, there's the Nazi general, and his second in command goes, but the war's over. You know, we've lost. Let's go home. This is what I love about that movie.
Oh, that dude
He
was just a
tells,
dick. Yeah, the other guy was just an
no, 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 no,
asshole.
no, 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 but he had logic. He goes, yeah, the war's over. And if we go back now, we got nothing. If we find this guy and get his gold, I want to go back after this war with something. At that point, I saw where he was coming from. I'm like, yeah, he's a dick, but he's a dick with a mission that makes sense. Put
He's
yourself in his place.
he's a Nazi, bro. Like I don't
Well,
want to put
I
myself
know
in his
that, I know
place.
that. But whether he's a Nazi,
Oh shit!
whether he's a
Speaking of which,
Jew,
hold on. I gotta interrupt you. Hold on. Did you see that Elon Musk fucking Nazi salute?
no, I didn't. I don't even know who Elon Musk is. I don't even know who he is.
He's like one of the richest dudes in America, and now he works
Okay,
for the president. A lot of people say he's
oh,
pulling the strings behind the president,
got it.
but he's a billionaire. He owns like all those Tesla cars. That's him.
Okay,
He was rich enough from the Tesla cars that he bought Twitter and turned it into X. Um,
okay,
he's that guy. So this dude was
okay.
like doing a speech, and he fucking puts his right hand on his heart, and he's like, "My heart goes out to you," and then he throws that fucking right hand out like as high as he fucking can, bro.
Are you sure it's a Nazi salute?
Oh fuck yeah, dog! Like
Okay,
there's
okay,
a
okay.
clear like so there's like calling a waiter and hailing a cab, and then like
Yes.
where he stopped, it wasn't straight up. It was right in the fucking like right in the middle, like right where it needs to
Okay.
be to say Heil Hitler. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
Like it was
Okay.
very obvious,
No,
bro.
I didn't know. I don't
Oh
know who
shit!
that guy is. I
The
don't.
other thing, because you know I love DC. You know I fucking I live and breathe DC comics. Creature
Okay.
Commandos. I don't know if it's out yet on any kind of physical media, but Creature
Uh,
Commandos. It's only like 7 episodes. It's directed by James Gunn. It's some of the best fucking cartoons I've seen since like Invincible.
okay.
It's fucking sick, dude. They have a guy called GI
Okay.
Robot. He's an actual robot. He kills Nazis.
Uh,
I know I'm bringing up Nazis a lot, but like that's really what I've been ingesting a lot.
oh, no
um,
problem. No problem.
anyway, so yeah, going back to I don't want to be in this guy's shoes. He's basically going after an old man. Like I don't see like he's a bad dude. Like this guy, this guy.
Well,
Yeah, he wants
I
to
know
keep
that.
some.
I know that.
But I guess if you're in
But
his position, you're like, why not? This old man's
yeah,
an easy target. Listen to you,
yeah,
you
yeah,
fool.
yeah, yeah. But the fact whether it could be a cop looking at retirement. It could be a Nazi
Oh
looking
wow,
at
like
the end of
one
the
last
war.
score. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because remember, that's what he's telling his number two guy. If we go home now, we have nothing after all this war, all the shit we've been through.
We ain't
We
got
got
nothing. Yeah,
nothing.
they're
If
criminals. Yeah,
we follow this old guy and get his gold,
we've at
I
least
want
got
to
that.
go back. Yes, that makes sense. Whether you're a Nazi, whether you're going to be a retired Nazi, a retired cop, a retired doctor, it doesn't matter. At
Yeah.
that point, I understood why he was doing what he was doing. Whether he's a retiring Nazi, cop, truck driver, it doesn't matter. It's just if we don't go after this guy and get his goal, we got nothing.
How wrong he was, dude. How fucking wrong he
Yeah,
was.
and he paid for it. But again, I'm so glad you finally saw it. I'm glad it lived up to my expectations and exceeded them. I put that right under Road Warrior, and that the main guy, the ass kicker, the guy on the cover. You know, the guy's 65 years old.
I mean, he looks it, dude. He looks like he's living
I
hard. Like
don't
all those scenes of him digging, that was no CGI. That motherfucker was really
correct.
digging. That's why I
And
was
when you
like,
watch
he.
the behind the scenes, they show that. And
Oh
it's like,
shit.
but I didn't know that he was that old. I thought, okay, he might be
He
my
looks like an
age.
older
Oh,
dude. I mean, I would have put him in his 50s, but like you said, 65.
yeah,
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't have gone that
motherfucker,
high, but I
dude.
definitely would have gone 60s. I
Dude,
was
the
like,
next time I see and Vernon Wells, who is, um, I call him, Mohawk Man from Road Warrior.
yeah.
I'm going to bring up Sisu and I'm going to go, when you told me that you were 30 in your 30s or 35 or 38 years old when you do Road Warrior, this dude's 30 years older than you and he's doing Sisu. Holy fuck. How the fuck does that happen, man? And like you said, it's not CGI. That's real shit. And
Yeah,
if
that's
you
really
get the
him digging.
DVD,
That's
yeah, and
a
watch
big
the
part of that
behind the
film that I like
scenes.
is the practical effects in that. That it's all like it's a real
Yes,
man riding a real horse. Like it's not
correct.
anything that's like oh look like it's I don't know. For me, it wasn't polished and clean. It looked rough. It looked dirty.
Yes,
Oh,
yes. And
bro.
I mean, I'm like, that is a movie I am so glad I got. And it just blew me away. And I'm glad it blew you away. And it's like, holy, but that actor, holy, dude's in his fucking 60s and he's pulling this shit off. Are you fucking, and I cannot wait. The next time I meet Vernon Wells from Roadware, I'm going to tell him, I'm like, have you seen, this guy's 30 years older than you and look what he's did. How the fuck does that happen? And if you watch the behind the scenes, they show you what he went through to do it. And they ask that actor, they go, look, we don't mean to be disrespectful, but you ain't no young buck. You think you can cut it? And he cut it. He was so committed. And there's the scene where he's like waist deep in the water. That
Yeah.
was freezing water.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
And
it
he
didn't.
did not fuck around about it.
I'm
He
telling
got
you,
in
dude.
there and did it.
That's the
In his
authenticity. That's the
60s.
word I was looking for. The
Yes.
authenticity. Like it
Which to
doesn't
me
look
is,
like Plan 9 style. Don't get me wrong. I love Plan
yes.
9. I love Plan
Yeah.
9. But there's no fucking like. it's not a cardboard fucking Nazi tank. It's like they fucking
Correct.
blew their budget on that tank, bro. Like
Yeah, and
fucking.
that's what I love about the word you use, authenticity. That's what I
Hmm.
get out of Road Warrior. It's a real desert, real fucking machines, real 18 wheelers, the authenticity of it. You can smell the sweat and the smoke
And the
from Road
diesel
Warrior.
fuel, yeah, like.
Yes, Sisu, same way, man.
Yeah, like I said, it's got a
Re-
like a grittiness to it
Yes,
that
what you said, an authenticity,
fuck
a
yeah.
grittiness. It's real. When you see the landmines, you can smell it in the air, man. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Boom, there's an oh fuck,
Yeah, and
you
I,
know.
I for a half second I was like, maybe he'll make boom. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. I'm
shit got
like,
real, baby. Shit got real.
yes, yes. And to find out after all that, when I watched the behind the scene, this guy's over 60 years old
That's
pulling this
fucking
off. I'm like,
crazy, dog.
yes, yes, it is, man. That's my new hero right there, man.
Oh
Holy
fuck.
shit, man. I'm so glad you got to see it.
Man. So yeah, no, I
I'm
haven't. So I saw that one, and I did see Alien Romulus, and like I said, the other thing, the Goosebumps thing is not even worth mentioning. It was so bad, but my wife really likes Goosebumps, so we had given it a shot, but fell apart.
okay,
Sometimes watching the series of things, like I'll check out episodic stuff every now and then, but for the most
okay.
part, like I love movies. You know what I'm saying? I'm a movie guy. But like I said, these cartoons that have come out recently, like the full on, like full blown, like adult cartoons, and I don't mean
Mm-hmm.
like Fritz the Cat where there's like people fucking. I mean like adult subject matter, like
Okay.
but it's really fucking cool, dude. Like the Creature Commandos is really fucking
Mm,
good. If you get the chance to check that out, or I can send you a
okay.
trailer for that shit. Like it's good, dude. James Gunn's really got his shit together. He's the guy that's going to do the new Superman movie. This year there's going to be a new Superman movie with a new
Hmm.
Superman. That trailer's already out. And
How does the new Superman look to
he
you?
looks kind of wimpy, dude. He looks like a regular, ordinary dude. Like he looks like a Clark Kent.
Okay.
So he doesn't look like a physical threat, like a presence, like the way Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill looks like he could rip you in half. Like
What happened with Henry
not
Cavill?
just
How come
you,
he's
but
yeah?
like anybody. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? He looks like he could rip a man in half. What
Okay.
happened was Warner Brothers and DC. Warner Brothers owns DC, and Warner
Okay.
Brothers basically they weren't doing good. Everything they kept putting out just wasn't getting the return they wanted.
Okay.
And Disney had recently fired James Gunn, and so Warner Brothers swooped in and they're like, "Hey, listen, we're having trouble, and you're doing really good over there. So what say you give us some of that?" And he's like, "Okay, but I'll do it if I get like complete control." He's like, "They're like, done. Go ahead. It's
Who
all
Gunn?
yours." Yeah,
James
Gunn.
Gunn?
James Gunn
Okay.
has complete control of the DC,
Okay.
basically everything that's coming out DC related. And so there's a new Superman movie coming out this year.
Okay. Wait. Back up though.
Well, what's up?
So
What's up?
how come Henry Cavill isn't Superman?
Because James Gunn wants to go with a new dude, wipe the slate clean. Like everybody's getting replaced. Well, almost
Okay. Here
everybody.
here's
Almost everybody.
here's here's the fist fucking that. Superman is the most iconic superhero of them all.
Uh huh.
He's the most iconic. Okay. The most iconic Superman there is Christopher Reeve.
Oh boy, is
Okay.
he.
Okay. But for them for Henry Cavill to reprise that role good enough where people accept him as Superman, dude, you're fucking stupid as shit to fuck with that. That's the most iconic, and you already have Christopher Reeve to live up to. If the public is accepting Henry Cavill, you go with Henry Cavill.
Yeah, no, not James
That's
Gunn.
just
Yeah.
that's just stupid. It's like, you know how hard, again, ACDC has Bon Scott, he dies.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yes,
strike gold with Brian Johnson, you shut the fuck up and keep having Brian Johnson. You don't sit there and go, oh, we'll stop it and clean the slate. It's like, do you realize what you have? And I mean, it's Superman.
I can go.
And people like you accept Henry Cavill after after Christopher Reeve? Are you kidding me? To me, that's stupid. But anyway, I didn't know how that
Hang on a second.
happened
Hang on a second.
because
Hang on. Uh, you know what? If you want to go, I'll stay here with her. So that way you can get what you want. Okay? Instead of trying to describe what you want to me. Here, come to daddy. Come to daddy. Oh yeah. Sorry, my friend. Yeah, so I keep up with that stuff on like different YouTubers and things like that. They keep me updated on the news. So like every now and then it'll be like whatever happens, and I don't keep up with it every day. So every couple
that's
of
just
days,
stupid, though. I mean,
I'll,
Henry
I'll, I'll
Cavill.
give you this. Like the guy, he knows what
Yeah,
he's
but you're
doing.
starting all over when you have a gift horse named Henry Cavill that people like you and the general public have accepted as Superman.
Oh yeah, I
Not
love
Green
him.
Lantern, not Ant-Man, not Silver Surfer. We're talking
Oh, dude, I
super
can't
fucking
wait.
man.
There's gonna be a Fantastic Four movie's also coming out this year.
Oh no.
And don't you know me? I fucking got a major heart on for the Fantastic Four.
Why?
I'll tell
No, no,
you
no.
why.
Why this movie?
Oh, why? Oh, this movie coming out?
Because the last one sucked ass.
I was like, buddy, you're talking to a guy who loves the Roger Corman 1994 Fantastic Four. Like, I'm not fucking
Okay.
around over here. Like, that shit's my jam, dude. You want to talk
I hear
about
they want
bad
to do a
Fantastic Four
female Silver
movies?
Surfer. It's like, really?
Oh,
Why
dude.
would you do a
So,
female
oh, well,
surfer?
I'll tell you this: Galactus is going to be the bad guy in the movie. So there's that, and the Silver Surfer is going to be. It's going to be a chick, but it's going to
God.
be. It's going to be Shalavel. It's not going to be Norin Rad. It's going to be the woman that he loved.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, what?
Silver
You
Surfer
fucking
wasn't a
asshole.
chick. It's a
Look,
dude.
what I don't give a fuck. Like, for me, it's like made out of silver. He's like cosmic powers. Like, dude, like, I'm stoked. I'm excited.
Okay.
So yeah, they've got the Fantastic Four, their whole cast. Like, they're even going to do like, what do you call it?
Who is the cast?
So we've got Pedro Pascal. We're going to have a Mexican Reed Richards.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What the? And a chick Silver Surfer. Galactus will be a trans testicle. I already see
No.
it. I already see it coming.
Well,
Oh,
what do you
no.
call it? You cannot diminish this for me, sir. I tell you, I am super excited. I was like,
You go, buddy.
I'm telling
You
you, dude, I am
go.
stoked. I really am. Um, the main thing for me are these like, these two superhero movies are going to be like the main things of the year for me.
Okay. Good enough. That's
Because
fine.
I live and breathe DC. I love DC, and then when it comes to
They have
Marvel,
fucked up a lot.
they have fucked up a lot, but like that's part of the fun is like going and seeing a good bad movie when you're like, boy, I hope the next one's better. You know, it's like, but there's different things in every movie. Like you
Okay.
find certain
Okay.
things in movies that you're like, this is fucking cool, and
Okay.
this is the only time I'm going to see a live action version of this. Um,
How, did you, speaking of trans testicle, did you ever see the latest Hellraiser where Pinhead was a kind of chick or something?
yeah, that was
Did
awesome.
you?
That was fucking
Oh, was it?
badass. Uh,
Okay, I haven't seen it. I'm looking for it on DVD because I want to check it out. Okay.
I have Hulu. I have that streaming service Hulu, and it was
Okay.
on there, and I got to check it out like right as it came out. It's
And
probably one of my favorite. Like my favorite are the first two. The first
yes.
four are really the top ones,
Yes.
but the that one I would say it's right up there. Honestly, it's right up there with like three and four as far as like it's that
Oh,
good.
wow.
It's that
Okay.
good.
Okay.
It's
Wh-
worth watching, and
Okay.
there's no taking it with a grain of salt. It's its own thing, and it's got
Okay.
plenty of fucking body horror. Like the part where
Okay.
there's one part where this man has been alive for like I think like God, I want to say like maybe over 100 years. But the
Okay.
reason why is this like clockwork gears that he's got in like it is shoved inside of his sternum, and it's
Okay.
like it looks like a chainsaw blade coming out of him, bro. It looks fucking crazy, but it's
Okay.
what's been keeping him alive. Um,
Okay.
and it's sick. Like it's just awesome. It's definitely worth seeing. I
Okay.
could have sworn I saw it at Walmart, but that was a while ago. That was like when it came out.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, it's good, dude. It's really good. I would definitely recommend
Funny.
seeing it.
Funny you mentioned the first four. I haven't unmapped. It's one of the things I have to unbox. I got the some box set with the first four Hellraisers. Now the reason I did that is a couple months ago, I revisited Hellraiser 4.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah, that one's a cool one.
okay. I kind of did it by accident, but I did. It
What'd you do? Put
starts,
on another movie and it was like realize what it was?
well, no, it was part of a thing where it had like three or four Hellraiser movies, and that was one of them. You know, one of those multi things
Oh, was
where
it
you
the
have.
kind where you flip a disc and then there's one movie on one
I
side?
think, yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay.
I think it was.
I,
So,
I, I know what you're talking about then. That same thing
okay,
happened to me.
so I got lazy and just flipped the disc, and it starts in outer space. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude,
how
it's good. It's
stupid.
good though.
Okay,
It's
but it's where they go back in time and they show the
hmm
toy maker. Now,
hmm
the thing I remembered about that movie was the toy maker and the brunette. Okay. When I revisited, that's what I got. But the character I forgot all about was the weird old white guy, much like myself, who hires the toy maker to make the box. That guy was a sadistic motherfucker.
Yeah, he
And when
was.
he's got the George Washington wig, the
hmm
white fucking pate makeup on, and he's yelling out the incantation. Dude, that dude's all fuck. That guy, and I forgot all about that character. To me, he became the doctor in the second one. You got to have that human guy that's so fucked up he's willing to go there.
Yeah, he's
And
like
I
almost
for
worse than them, where it's like, whoa,
yes,
shit. This I don't know
yes,
about
and
this
I
guy.
forgot all about him
Yeah, that
until I revisited. And once I revisited, I'm like, oh no, no, that needs to be with the first three. And now I'm a big fan of all of the first four now, just because of him.
oh
I would
wow.
love to meet that actor and get that image, those images signed by him because I
Oh, that
forgot
would
all
be
about that
cool.
character. He
Yeah.
was Elma Morte. I'm like, dude. And it reminded me of the doctor from the second one where you realize, like you said, he's as bad as the Cenobites. And I'm like, I forgot all about this character.
Yeah.
Okay, now it gets cranked up with the first three. And now, like you just said, I'm a fan of the first four. And that scene where they skin the brunette and then they hang the skin up and then he starts doing the incantation and you see the skin start filling up. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, dude.
Without being gory, it was just that was a really great scene. It was really effective.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Like those,
Yeah,
that one's awesome, and it stands in its own right. But that also came out around the time where everybody was going to space. Like they had fucking
yeah,
Leprechaun in space, they had fucking
yeah,
Jason in space.
yes.
So it was like Hellraiser in space was kind of like a natural progression, but they handled it really well.
I
And
agree. And the fact that but it started in space, but then it went back in time, and that's where it got good for me.
yeah, because the toy maker stuff actually has gravitas to it. Like there's actually stakes to it. Like he's trying to do something and he's trying to create something perfect and you can see the obsession forming in him and you can see that he's still struggling with his family, but at the same time like this guy's got to do this. Like it's calling him, it's he has to do it. Um
Yeah.
it's cool. Like I'm glad you get to rewatch that because I feel like those first four encapsulate like what Hellraiser is, and that this
hmm
one with the female Pinhead is it's a good like side piece. Like
Okay. Okay.
but it's definitely worth watching. Like I said, because it's a whole different take. It's not like the Lance Hendricks one, which that one it's the sixth one, Hell World. Uh,
Whatever. I
Dude,
don't
it's
even
fucking
remember it.
dude, and Henry Cavill's in it. Henry Cavill's in it, and Lance
Of
Hendricks is
course.
Superman, and fucking Mister.
Bishop.
Yeah, I was like, well, I was gonna say Mister Trifecta, Mister. I've been
Yes.
killed by a fucking was it a Terminator, an alien,
Predator,
and a Predator.
Terminator. Yeah.
Everybody,
Yes.
I've been killed by them all. It's like pretty impressive,
Yes.
bro. Pretty fucking
Yes,
impressive,
it
Sir
is.
Bishop. Um, but yeah, it's got both of them in it, and that one's a mind fuck, bro. But it's actually really cool in its
Okay.
own right. Like
Okay.
like I also love the Hellraiser franchise, so I'll try to find joy in any of them. The only one that really isn't that good is the one with the cop. God damn
That
it.
was Oh, that was the last one. That was the fucking, what was it? Where they had a new pinhead and I didn't like him even though I
No,
know
no,
him.
that one's got Doug Bradley in it. No, that one's got Doug Bradley in it. No, no, there's
Does it?
yeah, it's there's one with a cop, uh, Inferno, Hellraiser Inferno.
Okay.
That one's
Okay.
not really a favorite of mine. And then the one you're talking about later on has a different Pinhead. Yeah, it's some dude,
Yes.
and it's like they go to Mexico. It's really sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
the way you're like, yeah, it's garbage. That is garbage.
Yeah.
I'm a Doug Bradley fan. I love my Doug Bradley.
Oh yeah.
Like as long
I'm
as he's
I'm
there.
just I'm excited you saw Sisu and it kicked your ass.
Oh, dude, yeah, for real.
Yes. So many people don't know about Sisu, and I'm like, you gotta see this movie, man. Holy fuck. And the first kill, the dagger in the skull. Oh, you're
Yeah.
like, and then it just gets better. It's like, holy shit. But it never gets campy or stupid. That's what I
No, I
like
was like, the
about it.
most campy it gets is at the very end when he's at the bank and he's
Yes.
like, um, I want it in like notes or whatever, because it'll be a lot less heavy or a lot easier to carry. And it's like, really? They end on a dad joke? Really? Like, seriously? It's like, yeah, save all this gold. Am I right? It won't be as heavy. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, bro? I was like,
Yeah.
that's that guy's sense of humor. That
Yeah.
fits that guy perfectly. Dad jokes. I'm like, oh my
Just
god.
fucking great. I'm so glad you, because a lot of people haven't seen it. Now you got to find Revenge and see Revenge.
Oh yeah, I'll check it out. I
Oh
will
yeah,
check it out, man. But
fucking good movie. Well, hey, go take care of the little girl. Nice catching up with you, man.
always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure. We got to actually physically meet up and hang out.
Yeah, well, I gotta fucking clean up. I gotta my. I still haven't opened anything on my pool table, so maybe tomorrow I'll get to it. Maybe Tuesday, but oh well. Jerry
Alrighty.
Christmas to me.
Oh, a Jerry Christmas and a very Jerry Christmas. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty,
So,
yo. Well, I'll talk to you later.
all right, man. When bye.
When bye.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. But first, let's go talk about we discussed on this episode Nazi movies and aliens. Watch Sisu. Special thank you to our guest Mr. Very Jerry Christmas. If you want to get in contact with the show, simply type in Adrian Lozano Show on any social media platform and slide into those DMs. As always, this is a comedy podcast intended for the purpose of entertaining and inspiring. UFO, CD, DVD, also, gaming joystick, video camera, movie camera, videotape, TV, film projector. And finally non-potable water symbol, no 1 under 18 sign, no cycling symbol, Adrian Lozano Show registered sign, Adrian Lozano Show. Reversed hand with middle finger extended. Copyright sign, Joker playing card, pirate flag. Thank you so very much for listening. It is very appreciated. Please check out the Adrian Lozano Show on YouTube.